What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream, and big up to everyone for tuning in today. We will discuss the latest Arsenal transfer news, or lack of transfer news in the case of Arsenal, and big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. As always, thank you for your great support. Make sure you smash that like on the video. We've been hitting 1,000 likes with ease, people, sometimes 1,500, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's hit that 50k by the end of the season, people. Let's see who's in the building as always. Put it in Edu mode. Let's go into Edu mode. For the rest of this transfer window, until we sign some players, we're calling it Edu mode. It's not even Granit Xhaka mode right now. We're not playing a game for 2 weeks. So we're in Edu mode because I don't know what Edu's doing right now. That brother must be sleeping. He must be on holiday. I don't know what's going on, you know. But yeah, we're in Edu mode right now. Listen, we're being linked with a couple of players today. We will go into detail, but is it going to happen, you know? Who's in it? Jack Kurt, how's it going? Everything good, bro? Manchester is blue. Can't argue with that. Man United fans will be triggered, though. Big up, dudes. Good morning from Brooklyn. BK in the building. Andrew, big up to you, bro. With the sheep. Big up penalty spot as always. And Edu, sack him. Oh, man, it's not a good situation, is it? It really isn't. Jordan, big up Big C in the cartel every time. Big up, bro. Daily Osimhen. Yeah, man, listen. This could be the new one for the next few days, you know. Oh, Shane, big up Big C from Kingston. Big up yourself, bro. See you, net. We're here, people. We're here, man. We're here. Hope everyone is well, wherever you are in the world. People saying it's Omar's birthday. Big up to Omar on his birthday, man. Big up to Omar. I can't see him in the chat, but I see people atting him. Big up to Omar, man. Omar's a legend of the chat, to be fair. He's been here from early. Big up Shaw Sports News. Yes. Edu continues to be the most suspect for me. It's a crazy one, man, because I always have a go at Edu, and rightly so. But as I always say, a technical director only signs or tries to sign the player that the manager tells him to get. So if you're giving the man unrealistic targets, he's not going to deliver anyone. So, you know, I just blame the two of them, to be honest. Spanish Town Report, Coney settings, big up Visionites, man. Yeah, you get me, man. I stand up once, stand up if you hate Tottenham. Yeah, you get me once. Get it in early, people. Then I don't have to stand up no more, you know. But, yes, people, let's talk. Let's talk about Arsenal. Man said happy 52nd. Let's talk Arsenal, people. Let's talk Arsenal. We've got a few things to discuss today, actually. At least we're being linked with players today. I just don't know if we're going to get any of them. That's the thing. Let's talk about the latest player that Arsenal are trying to get. Victor Osimhen from Napoli. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has become a target for Arsenal and Newcastle after they missed out on Dusan Vlahovic, who has agreed a deal with Juventus. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis would be prepared to sell Osimhen for at least 70 million euros. Now, yo, man said Curtis Shaw's New York cap. You lot don't play, you know. I would say this with Osimhen. We're going to talk about this in a little bit of detail because there's a few things that don't add up surrounding this deal. So we're going to talk about them, people. So, Osimhen, good player, lively player, talented player, 23 years of age, Nigerian international. They signed him from Lille, you know, a team that we seem to always do business with. And they paid big money for him. They paid big money for him. Now, Napoli are currently second in the league. So why would they sell him? I don't get it. First thing you have to ask is why are they selling it? Why are they selling the player? Because he's been playing for them this season. They're second in the league. And they paid 71 million euros for the guy at the end of 2019, start of 2020. So why would they sell him for the same money when at the moment, just to put it into context, people, they're second in the league. they're 4 points off the top. So, first of all, is this just paper talk? It sounds like cap to me, I can't lie. It sounds like they're capping. I don't understand why they would sell him. The guy who owns Napoli, De Laurentiis, is one of the most difficult chairmen that you can ever work with. He is a nightmare. You know, how many times have people tried to sign Koulibaly off this guy and you can't get him? Dries Mertens. They only sell on their terms. I would say it's cap. He's 23. Mertens is in his 30s. Why would they sell their young striker? Insigne's on his way out as well at the end of the season. It does sound like paper talk. However, there are a couple of stories that maybe give us a bit of an opportunity, possibly. Now, Osimhen has been hit with several injury problems this season. That's always a red flag for Arsenal, signing injury-prone players. He's had numerous muscular injuries and also suffered a facial fracture against Inter Milan that forced him to wear a mask. He's also suffered twice from COVID. The second time led him to missing the African Cup of Nations. Still doesn't sound like enough to sell him, in my opinion. However, there's one little bit of information that maybe gives us an opportunity why we could get him. According to reports, the Nigerian joined Napoli on a deal valued at 71 million euros. The deal is currently under investigation by UEFA for suspicious movement, as 4 players went in the other direction as part of this deal, and the deal is being investigated. So, sometimes when people have got something that's a little bit dodgy, you know, they got some stolen goods in their hand, they want to get rid of it quickly. There's an investigation into this deal. If they're proven guilty, they could be fined big money. They could even be banned from transfers. Sometimes the easiest thing to do, get rid of him, get your money back and keep it moving. Is that the reason Napoli are trying to sell him? Because they know they're in trouble when it comes to this deal. You know, Sanelli settings, brown envelopes all over the place. But then if you're Arsenal, do you want to sign a player that they're under investigation? There's dodgy dealings. Lille seem to be notorious in this. I'm not saying it's their fault. We know there was a full investigation in the Pepe deal. Sanelli basically got told to go, and there were rumours he took about £20 million out of that deal. So it's an interesting one. Kuzrav, big up to you, bro. Said, big up Big C from New York. You always brighten my mood. What do you think about Douglas from Villa? We'll speak about him next. I've got quite a few things to say about him, but big up to you, bro. Thank you for that. Wasim said, who's the bigger troll? Robbie whenever he does any AFTV transfer video, or Daniel Levy after he's taken a swig from Ty's bottle? I know Tottenham fans are fuming this morning. Adama Traore was on his way there. All of a sudden, he's going to Barcelona at the last minute. But I want to know your opinions, people. Victor Osimhen, 23 years of age, 5 goals in 13 games. This is league goals. He's got 4 goals in 3 Europa League games. Last year, he got 10 goals in the league in 24. I think I have to move with the times of football, because sometimes I get caught up in previous kind of feelings in football. Like when you're talking about £70 million for a striker, I feel like you should be prolific. I should see 20 goal seasons all over the place, but I think football has changed. I think you will see a time now where strikers are not top goal scorers in clubs anymore. I think this has probably been happening for years anyway, and it's something I've kind of got to get my head around is, you know, when people tell me 70 million for a striker and I see 10 goals in a season, I'm like, what's that all about? But I think that's the way football is nowadays. I think your wingers are your 20-goal players now. Your Manes, your Salahs, your Sterlings, and players like that. I don't think the strikers are necessarily the big goal scorers anymore. I think your Lewandowskis, your Kanes, and them kind of strikers, Agueros, are going out of the game, because I keep looking at these strikers that Arsenal are linked with, and I look at the numbers and I'm like, what? Like, you know, Isaac's got 4 goals this season. 4 goals in the league. Osimhen's got 5. Like, it's crazy. I think times have changed, and I think like Johnny's saying, I think wingers are the new strikers. I think now a striker is basically a link-up player. Hold the ball up and link with the two wingers and chip in with your 10, 15 goals, and that's about it. King, big up to you, bro. Said, Big C, would you swap Pepe with Osimhen plus money? Do you know what? I've always had this kind of feeling inside of me that there's a player in Pepe, that there's a baller there. I just don't think Pepe will ever achieve anything with Mikel Arteta as manager. I think the two of them just don't mix. We need a striker more. If you force my hand on that, I think we need the striker more, so I would. It doesn't matter if I rate Pepe. It's about whether the manager rates him. And I don't think the manager does rate him. Granite Xhaka said, I'm happy you changed from my settings to Edu. Much love, 50 Cent. Dan said, such a good point made. Salah, Mane, top scorers last 3 seasons are not out-and-out strike. I mean, you look at the 2 best teams in this country. Manchester City don't have a striker. Liverpool have a link-up striker in Firmino that chips in with 10. It's the wingers scoring all the goals. Rabbi said, strikers get more assists than goals, I think. Napoli don't need a right winger. Nick said his dad sadly passed away this morning. He was an Arsenal supporter just like me. Nick, obviously, thoughts with you and your family. I know you've supported this channel for a while. Very sad news. Stay strong. I'm sure the community will echo their goodwill wishes to you, bro. And, keep your head up, bro. Hope things get better for you, of course. Dimitri said, would you play Pepe as a striker? Do you know what? So many people ask this all the time. Play Pepe up front. I mean, I don't know. Has he got that link-up play? Can he play with his back to goal? I'm not sure. I think we're just in such a point and frustration with the striker situation that we're kind of a bit like, just try something else. Do you know what I mean? Try something else. Rahit said, Origi is an option. Listen, I said this the other day. Got to be totally honest. But Arsenal fans, listen, we've got a certain standard and feeling that we can't sign players from other clubs. In my opinion, we need 2 strikers. We need a top striker that can go and chase 20 goals, and we need a backup striker that can help. I would take Origi from Liverpool as second choice striker at Arsenal. I'm talking put him where Eddie Nketiah is right now, and then get rid of Lacazette in the summer and bring in your Osimhen, your Calvert-Lewin, your Ivan Toney, your Isaac, whoever, Patrick Schick, whoever it's going to be. But I don't think Arsenal would accept Origi. I don't think they would. But listen, as a second choice, I actually think Origi would score more goals than Lacazette if he played as many games as him. But I don't think the fan base would accept it. Alim said, Big C, love your stream. It's exciting. Big up, bro. Hope you enjoy it. Encore said, Pepe was trained as a striker for Angers. Angers. Listen, I'm up for it. Why not? Try Pepe up front. Pepe, Saka, Martinelli as a front 3. That could be a lively front 3, man. I just don't know whether he can play with his back to goal. That's the only problem. When you put in 33 crosses in the box, Pepe ain't going to do nothing. Chris said Pepe scores loads up front on FIFA. Hey, if only it was that simple, bro. I hear you, though. I hear you. Emmanuel, Big C, how painful is surgery on your tendon Achilles? That's my current worry. I mean, fortunately, I've never had that injury, so I can't say. But I've heard from players who've had it that I don't know if the surgery is painful, but I know it is an injury that is awkward to recover from. But hopefully he'll be all right. Curtis, would you consider Nkunku? He's done really well. I know Emery tried to sign him, and he's kind of gone on to the next level. He's done well. Origi is a baller. Origi would bag for us. Listen, I'd take him. Second choice. You don't sign him to be your number 1. He ain't going to get you in the top 4, really. But he's a bagsman. He can bag, I'm telling you. And he's proved it when he plays for Liverpool. Free agent in the summer as well. Could probably pick him up for 5-6 million now. Better than Eddie Nketiah. I'm telling you, I would take Origi. As I said, not as first choice, but as an option, definitely. Dybala's a free in the summer. I think he'll go to a club in a better position than Arsenal, though. I just don't think Arteta's going to be able to pull him in. Unfortunately, I don't see that one happening, but it'd be worth a try. Like I said, with the Osimhen situation, people, the deal from Lille to Napoli is under investigation for agent fees and stuff like this. So it may be a case that Napoli are trying to shift a player that's going to cause them problems when this investigation is opened up. As I said, 5 goals this season in 13 games for Osimhen. I've watched him a few times. Very lively, very quick, dangerous player. Not the biggest of goal scorers, even at Lille. 13 goals was his highest goals tally. He's a bit of a winger / striker, if you like. He is ferocious on FIFA, I can't lie, for the FIFA players. Very good finisher, very good in the air. Sometimes he's been questioned for his hold-up play and stuff like that. So would it appeal? Could we get this deal done so close to the window? Let me know, people. But I do like him. I can't lie. If we signed Osimhen, I would be happy with that. Darren said, people now want Origi but didn't want Tammy. Mad. I mean, listen, I'm going to give my thought process on that because I was very much in that category. I didn't want Tammy and I would take Origi now. My explanation for it would be, number one, you get Origi for cheap. Origi's out of contract in 6 months. You probably get him for 10 million or less. You could even get him as a free in the summer. I'm looking at Origi as an option, not necessarily a first choice. I think Tammy wanted to be first choice wherever he went. He could have sat on the bench at Chelsea. And I just don't think Tammy as first choice was a great option. He is doing well in Italy. He is. But sometimes I think the Italian league and the Premier League is very different, you know. I could be wrong. Listen, Tammy could come back to the Prem and all of a sudden he's a top striker. He's definitely done well. I think the way Mourinho plays works for him. He likes a big physical striker, Drogba, Diego Costa, you know. So it suits Tammy. They get crosses into the box. They've got good wingers at putting crosses in. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with Tammy, man. Maybe it's my own judgment from before. I just don't particularly rate him. Origi is decent, good back to goal. Darren said, I hear you, it makes sense. Origi cheaper and short term. As I said, not as first choice. Not as first choice. But when you're putting crosses in, he's pretty good. David said, be fair, Big C, Tammy would be scoring more than Laka. I mean, I ain't going to argue with that. I know, Zach, man, you know, I'm trying to see past it. I always used to banter Chelsea fans about Tammy, so for me to then sign him, maybe I just can't see past that. But he's doing well in Italy. That's definitely true. Lucas said, Curtis, did you see Arsenal tweet now we're playing Reading in a friendly in Dubai? I haven't even seen that, bro. Big up to you for giving me that. And I've seen your message in, Luca. I will get back to you. I know you've got a channel, you were saying. So Arsenal apparently have flown out to Dubai today. So Arteta's trip to America looks like it's over. And Kroenke sent him on his way to Dubai. Get out of here. You're not having no money. You know what I mean? He's been begging him for 3 days to give him some players. And looks like he's told him, get out of here. You're not having nothing. But we'll have to see. I can't see a tweet on the Arsenal website. Maybe they've put it somewhere else. But we'll get back to that anyway. Get back into football and play up front for Arsenal. Hey, man. My footballing days, mate, are behind me. I'm chilling now, bro. Dan Big C looking fresh. Big up the community. You have to clean up sometimes, innit? Can't look rags all the time. Aubameyang trains alone. Right, let's talk about the next bit of transfer business. Anyway, Arsenal being linked with a Brazilian centre midfielder. Bruno Guimaraes, you're thinking. They've changed their mind. Newcastle haven't got the deal done. We've put a bid in at the last minute. We're going to hijack it. A player we've looked at for over a year. Of course we're not. This is Arsenal. Arsenal are going for Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. Arsenal are considering a move for Aston Villa's Douglas Luiz. Villa have already rejected a £30 million bid from another Premier League club who was not Arsenal. Douglas Luiz, for me, is a good player, not a great player. He's an answer. He wouldn't have been my first choice, but beggars can't be choosers. Let me put it like that. Beggars can't be choosers. Somebody sent me a long message this morning saying, you know, even though you rate Bruno Guimaraes higher than him, apparently Douglas Luiz has been playing ahead of Guimaraes for Brazil. Although I don't always agree with Brazil's judgment. They play Fred ahead of Fabinho, something I don't understand. But give me your thoughts. Now, first of all, he's got 18 months left on his deal. Apparently, Aston Villa are willing to sell him, which is always, again, that always alarm bells. Steven Gerrard was one of the best centre midfielders that we've seen in the Prem, and he doesn't rate him for whatever reason. And they're willing to sell him. So what do you guys think? Douglas Luiz, I mean, they've rejected a £30 million bid already from a club. So they're going to want more. He's got 8 caps at the moment for Brazil. Would you take him? He's going to cost 35 to 40 million, I'm sure. Edu in the chat, Curtis, no striker has more than 10 goals in the Premier League. It's shocking. Like I said, strikers are disappearing out of the game. They're just not the same anymore. But big up to Edu. He is about, people. He is about. Big up. Sean said 30 million. He's laughing. He's not having it. John said no more than 20 million. Siraj said we're looking at a B-Tech Fred. George said he's okay. Johnny said this is revenge for ESR and Buendia, but it seems like they're willing to get rid of him. So maybe they're still getting the better of us. He's not worth 30 million. Third Eye said I want a Guimaraes or Melo. Roma wants Xhaka. I think that sounds too good to be true. I have seen that story. He is an answer, but not the solution. That would be the way I would put it. You know, I still think if we sign Douglas Luiz in this window, I would still say we need a centre midfielder in the summer. Douglas Luiz reminds me of Denilson. He had potentially as one of the players where some games he does a good job. I mean, if he reminds you of Denilson, where, you know, it's already a bad start. South London's finest said, actually, like Luiz, he's a baller. He is one of them players that I think when Arsenal play Villa, I think, you know, you're going to have to get the better of him. He'll make life difficult for you. My issue with Douglas Luiz is how good is he on the ball? We clearly want to play possession-based football. Thomas Partey is not the centre mid that's going to do that. So the guy next to him has to have the ability to do that. When I watch Villa play, I don't really look at Douglas Luiz as the ball-playing centre mid who makes things happen. He's somebody who kind of hunts people down, gets stuck in, can play. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if... I'm not sure that Arsenal are really going for him, to be honest. I would be surprised. Newcastle have reportedly upped their bid for Bruno Guimaraes to 42 million plus 10 million in bonuses. 34 plus 8, so 42 altogether. Leon are no longer far from convinced. Big up to the community, man. I love when you put this breaking news in the chat, man, that's coming out on socials, man. Again, listen, I said yesterday, for me, I think Bruno Guimaraes is who we should be going for. And yeah, it's breaking news. Get French football. They've put more money on top. They're going to get that deal done. They're going to get it done. Unless Arsenal decide to hijack it. And we're just too nice in the transfer market to do that. We're just a nice team, which is not the right way to do it. Beyonce said Ruben Neves over Luiz. Great option, always shows for the ball. Good on the ball, calm, confident. Luiz will be a great buy if we pull it off. Do you think it's good value at this kind of price? Like I said, they've rejected 30 from a club. You're going to have to pay 35, 40 probably to get him. In my head, I just think to myself, if you're spending 40 million on Douglas Luiz, I think you can get Basuma for 50. And I think Basuma is better than Douglas Luiz. I think you can get Bruno Guimaraes for 40, 42. And I think he's better than Douglas Luiz. You could probably get Aouar. You could probably get Renato Sanchez. I'm not saying they're all better than him. I'm just not sure if it's the midfielder we need. I don't know. I don't know if that's the player. And like Ozzy's saying, beggars can't be choosers. We're desperate for a midfielder. So if we get him, we get him. Ruben Neves having a great season. Ball-playing centre midfielder. I think you could get him for that. I'm not saying he is the answer, Ruben Neves, but I think he's more of a suit for the kind of midfield that our manager is trying to buy. So this deal would really, really surprise me. Honestly, I think it would. Big up KG, man. I hope you're well, bro. He said Jacob Ramsey is a ball carrier at Villa, young king. I have to admit that Jacob Ramsey at Villa is a baller. I get the impression he's going to become a top talent. Looks very confident. Basuma for 50 is reasonable. I know obviously he's had a few problems off the pitch, and I don't know if that is still going on, but I just think if you turned up at Brighton's door with 50 million, I think they let you have Basuma. They're going to stay up. They're good enough to stay up. They won't be in any relegation battle. So, yeah, I think you get Ruben Neves for less than that as well. It's an interesting one, this. Fitz said it's so late in the window now that Edu's incompetence has taken us into anyone is better than no one. And that is it. Bread is bread, people. That is the position we're in right now. You know, when you're hungry, you got to take what you're given, even if you don't like that food. And that's how we're moving. And because we haven't given these clubs the opportunity to find replacements, they're going to bump us. So if a player's worth 20, they'll ask for 40. So I'm worried, people. I'm concerned, but I hope we get someone done. Listen, if we were to sign Douglas Luiz, I would cling to the positives. 23, Premier League proven, Brazilian international. Gives us a little bit of bite in there. He's better than Xhaka, in my opinion. I'm just not sure if he's the midfielder that we need for our system. But if we get him, we keep it moving. But for me, for the numbers that Villa are going to ask for, I think there are better options. John said, how dare you, Curtis? Don't compare Denilson to that guy. Denilson, captain Brazil at youth level. Has Douglas Luiz done that? John loves Denilson, man. I'm telling you. Denilson used to be in Funky Buddha every Tuesday, mate. That guy was a party animal when he was at Arsenal. Carl said it's plain boiled rice. I'm telling you, man, some rice and beans. That's all we're getting. No seasoning, no salt and pepper, no nothing. Just get what you're given and fill up your belly, man. Karoom said, Curtis, Jamaica with Mikel Antonio take on Mexico today at 7 o'clock. For those that don't know, the Jamaica manager at the moment is Paul Hall, who previously he played for QPR and teams like that back in the day. He played for Jamaica. He's a good friend of mine. He was actually my coach for a short spell, and I actually played against him as well. And I did speak to him last week and wish him well for the game. It's a very difficult game for Jamaica against Mexico. So yeah, I will be watching that. Billy said, but we have done this before. We as a fan base also destroyed Arteta and Edu for signing Ramsdale. Many of us prefer Johnston and other keepers. Billy, you know what my issue is with Arsenal right now and the way they're operating? If Arsenal sign a player that the fan base, or maybe not even the whole fan base, but part of the fan base don't agree with, whether we like it or not, we have to put up with it and get behind the player. You know me, people. I don't hide from things I've said. It's there in black and white. You can watch it on previous videos. When we signed Ramsdale, I wasn't happy. I thought there were better options. I thought we'd overpaid as well. He's been very good up until this point. I'm not getting as carried away as some fans who are saying he's one of the best keepers in the league. I still don't think he is. But he's having a very good season. What I will say is, I like to see a clear plan. If Arsenal wanted Ramsdale and they were aggressive and they got the deal done, I can respect that because you've seen something in him. You think you can make him even better and you've gone for him. You've been aggressive. You've got it done. I've got more respect for that than what they're doing now. You should have a plan B, plan A, plan C. Arsenal can't come out of this window without a signing. It's not whether we sign someone. We have to sign someone. Because we're not good enough and top four is there. It's an opportunity. And Arsenal have to start getting that mentality into their head. It's not, well, the window's open. Let's see if we can get a midfielder. You have to get a midfielder. And you can get a midfielder if you're willing to pay the price. It's that simple. You know? You can go out today and buy most things if you've got the money to do it. If you wanted to buy a house today and you had a couple $100,000 cash, you can go and buy it. You can go in the car showroom and buy it. Arsenal can buy a centre midfielder. Bruno Gomes is going to Newcastle. because they've slapped the money on the table and said, give me that player. And the player's taking the move. Arsenal don't have the aggression. They're too nice. They go, well, we'll take him, but can we have him on these terms? Can we have him on loan, but we don't want an option and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes when you're in these kind of situations, you've got to accept a few things that don't go in your favour to help the club. You have to gamble, you know. The lack of planning is the problem for me. Why is Mikel Arteta in America 6 days, 7 days before the window closes, having a meeting saying, well, you know, how much money am I going to get? And will you buy this striker? And what should we do with Aubameyang? You should have planned that 4 weeks ago. You should have flown to America in December and said, what are we doing with Aubameyang? Don't leave it to get worse and worse and worse. And that's the problem with Arsenal. And you're spot on there. At least we tried FC. Well, we tried to sign Vlahovic. We made a big offer for Vlahovic. You know? Oh, yeah, we were looking at Bruno Guimaraes. We're sick of that. We've been hearing that for 10 years. How many times has Wenger told us, well, Cristiano Ronaldo was at the training ground. We had Zlatan on trial, Yaya on trial. We nearly signed Messi from Barca. We've heard all them stories. We don't want to hear that. No Arsenal fan don't care about that no more. I don't care that you almost signed Ronaldo. You should have signed Ronaldo. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that you almost signed Vlahovic. So we don't. The almost tried thing is not enough. We don't buy that anymore. Sign them. Fix the mess that we've been put into. Sam said, do you think Douglas Luiz can increase our chances of top 4? Yeah. At this point, he's better than what we've got. It's that simple. He's better than what we've got. But as I said, and like Gambi and Guna said, he's an answer. I don't think he's the solution. But if he came in, I would back it. I would back it. There are a lot of things about it that we can dress it up and make it sound good. Brazilian, 23, Premier League experience. We keep it moving. I didn't even realise, people. Amazing numbers in the chat. 2.2k. Let's get 1.5k likes today. Let's go for it, people. We're going to be doing a lot of content over the next 4 days, right? You may even see double uploads some days now. We're going to step it up. Don't forget, on Monday, transfer deadline day, we're doing 3 live streams like we did on the last day of the summer transfer window. So we will be doing a morning stream, probably at about 10 o'clock. We'll do one in the afternoon around 2, and then we'll do an evening one again. You know, we're going to, Jim White business, breaking news. We better be making signings by Monday, I'm telling you, people. That Victor Osimhen is nonsense. He only has 5 goals this season. Bro, most of the strikers ain't scoring goals that we're being linked with. I can't lie. Osimhen's got 5. Isaac's got 4. I'm really surprised we're not being linked with this Patrick shit, because he has got goals. And we haven't really been linked with him at all. Shahil said, what if we don't sign any players this window? Champions League, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Any hope of Champions League, see you later, mate. We'll be playing on Thursdays if we're lucky. Even I would say if we don't sign anyone, even Europa League is going to be hard for Arsenal to get. It's going to be difficult. George said 12-hour stream, we buy the pizza. Nah, there will be breaks in between. Don't get me wrong. But listen, there could be some long streams there, man. If things are... I've got plans of times, but if we get some breaking news at a time when I wasn't live, we're going live straight away, people. Shaw Sports News back in full effect on Monday. I'm going to get some guests on the show as well, on a few of them shows. Monday, we're taking over, people. Conference League settings, bro. We'll be playing Weatherspoons. Do you know what I mean? If we don't sign anyone. Curtis, our club has become a weak club. Weak leadership, I'm afraid. You've got to put strong people in the right positions for things to turn around. Liverpool's turnaround started with Jurgen Klopp, Michael Edwards. 2 elite people in the 2 most important roles. You know, Arsenal have got Edu and Arteta. This is the problem now. As much as I'm criticising Edu and as much as I've criticised Mikel Arteta, you still have an opportunity to shut the fan base down, to shut me down. Everyone who's doubting him, he can shut all of us down. Go and get 2 players, proper players, before this window closes. Grab top 4 and say, now what you're saying. I'll be on here with Arteta on the green screen, celebrating Champions League. But it depends. Are they about that life? We're going to know by Monday at midnight whether Arsenal are a serious club or not. It's as simple as that. If they don't sign anyone, I can't take this club seriously anymore. I'm sorry. They can give me all the excuses under the sun. They can tell me they tried. It's a hard window. Players don't want to sell. Well, I'm seeing Villa get Coutinho and Luca Digne. I'm seeing Newcastle get Bruno Gomes. There are players out there that you can get. So we'll see. I would definitely go and get Michael Edwards at the end of the season when he leaves Liverpool. He would be one of my first signings. TM said, wear a tie on Monday. Do I get the tie out? Yeah, we'll see, man. You know what? I might do something. If Arsenal are serious and we're signing players, but if we're not, then you might just see me with the hood up. Vex. BX Gunner, if Arsenal weren't penny pinching, bizarre haggling settings, we'd get players. I mean, we penny pinched under Wenger, but I thought we were moving into a new time and space now that we weren't going to allow things like this to happen, man. I feel we've got an opportunity that we didn't expect to have in that we can get top 4 if we get some players in. But if you leave us with this squad, we're not getting top 4. We might not even get top 6 with this squad because you get an injury to Lacazette. You're starting Eddie Nketiah up front. Eddie Nketiah ain't getting Arsenal top 6. Not a chance. He hasn't got a Premier League goal this season. There are one or two issues. You're taking big chances. These men are not about that life. We'll soon find out, people. We will soon find out. They grab 2 players before Monday. I'll say, I respect that. If they don't, then we'll see. Kyle said, can you invite some members of the community onto the stream Monday? I'll put my name for. We'll do something. We'll see how it's going. I've got a member stream planned for this weekend, but maybe we'll do something on Monday as well. Big up Vegas Gunner. Arteta and Edu have cost Arsenal a lot of money so far. No Europe, players leaving for free and paying off players to leave early. Listen, some of that mess was created by the previous regimes, and I get that. You give Kolasinac 100 grand, it's going to be hard to get rid of him. You give Socrates 90 grand, it's going to be hard to get rid of him. But at the same time, you think to yourself, how come international players leave Arsenal for nothing? When I believe at other clubs, they would pick up a couple of £1 million for them. I don't think we've managed our squad well in terms of we're the team that always allows players to run into the last year of their deal. Window shuts at 6 p.m. on Monday. Oh, that's even easier then. I was hoping it was at midnight because I thought, oh man, don't want to be up that late. But yeah, streaming. Yeah, we'll be on. We'll be on till 6, that's for sure, people. Going to have some guests on Monday as well. Right, let's move on. More transfer news. Are we going to sign players, people? Are we going to sign players? So that was Douglas Luiz. So the next one is the man Arthur, who we've spoken about on a few occasions. Ornstein revealing more details of this. Now, it seems like there is a collision course here. Because, and this is what I'm saying. Oh, no, people saying it's 11 p.m. There we go. So it is a late night. 11 p.m., right? 11 p.m. We'll be there. No matter what time, we'll be there, people. This is where complications happen in a football club, right? If Arthur's been targeted by Arsenal, let's say Mikel Arteta said, right, Edu, I want Arthur from Juventus. The story said Edu has been working on a deal for Arthur and aligned with his opposite number at Juventus, Federico Cherubini, on the idea of the player moving on a temporary basis until the summer of 2023, with an option to turn the move into a permanent deal for around 40 million euros. Remember, people, this is the option. We don't have to buy him. We can send him back home after 18 months. So Edu's going to turn around to Arteta and say, you asked me to get Arthur to Arsenal. There's the deal. You've got him. But the club and apparently Arteta are not in favour of these circumstances. Now, I understand it. They want Arthur out on an 18-month loan deal and Arsenal pay all of his wages. He earns 180 grand a week. So he would be on loan until the end of next season. We would then have the option of buying him for 40 million euros, which is around 33 million pounds. And apparently Josh is not in favour of it. There are even reports that Arteta is not necessarily in favour of it. I don't think they want him tied to the club for that long, You know, if he has a bad 6 months, you want to send him home. You don't want to keep him for another year when it's clear that the deal's not working. So this is the problem. This is the problem with Edu. This is the problem with Arteta. You're sending an apprentice to come and do your job. You know, the roof's leaking. You're sending some 16-year-old who's just finished school, who's doing an apprenticeship to fix your roof. The roof's going to collapse. The man ain't even done this job before. So we're just not moving serious, people. We're not moving serious. This is the problem with Arsenal. You got to turn up and get deals done. You got to be a serious businessman. You need to turn up, and this club is respecting you. These clubs don't rate Arsenal in the transfer market because of the way we do business and because of the people that we're sending to do business. You think these men feel any way when Edu turns up? These men looking at Edu like, Edu, bruv, come on. This guy was booking flights for Brazil. He probably booked Dubai for Arsenal. He's not a serious guy. They're going, Edu, man, 18 months or get out of my office. He's going back with some rubbish offer. Josh is blocking it. And we don't move, you know. All clubs are looking at with Arsenal and saying is they're not serious. Yeah, they tried to get Vlahovic. They can't get him. They're not big enough anymore. They're trying to get Arthur, but, you know, they want him on loan for 6 months. These clubs aren't respecting our hustle, people. They're not respecting us. So we have to sort it out. We've got, 4 days to fix it? Glenn, you're right. We've got to be smart. The loans were the best deals. Look at the names who will have 1 year left on their contract in the summer. Yeah, there's some very good players. And in fact, out of contract in the summer. You know, Dybala, Frank Kessie, Brozovic, Ousmane Dembele, Pogba, and Mbappe. I know we ain't going to get a lot of those names. Let's keep it 100. But Arsenal needed to be smart. This time last year, we got Odegaard and Matt Ryan. They weren't bad signings at the time for Arsenal, considering we had no money. You know, I just think if we really approach the right players in this window. But Arthur, I don't think this one's going to happen. I don't think Arsenal value him at 40 million. And they don't want him on loan for 18 months. That is the problem. Edu is understood to have presented this to his hierarchy, but there was still a reluctance to acquire Arthur for the longer period and decided not to proceed with the proposal. It means, barring an unexpected late twist, Arthur will remain beyond Monday's deadline. So the deal is basically off. And the interesting thing is Arthur wanted to sign for Arsenal, which is interesting. Apparently he really hasn't adjusted to the Italian league, hasn't done well. And this is the problem. King said, even Brighton and Mope was trolling us and overcharged us for Ben White. We paid more for Ben White. Let's be honest. I've got mixed opinions on Ben White. I think there's some potential there. I don't think he's a top quality centre-back yet. But he wasn't a £50 million centre-back. But obviously, you know, the English tax, the Premier League tax, but clubs probably smile when Arsenal come to sign their players because they know they're going to get paid. They know Arsenal have got money and not much else to offer. South London's finally said the Arsenal hierarchy said, what's this get out my face, go and find somewhere. I'm telling you, man. Telling you. That man said, move, man. Take him for 18 months or get out of the office. Man said, I love Ben White's tan. Man, not even talking about Ben White's defending. Midland Press saying that Villa are going to open contract talks with Luiz as Gerrard rates him highly. There you go. There you go. Shut down season again, people. The man shutting us down real quick. Gerrard said, what, Arsenal? Not them again. Here, come and sign the new deal. Yeah, I've just found it, actually. John Percy in the Telegraph. Aston Villa are poised to open talks with Douglas Luiz over a new contract following interest from Premier League clubs. Luiz is valued very highly by Gerrard and Villa, starting the last 9 matches, and a bid has been rejected this month. This is going down as... At the moment, things can change. Don't get me wrong, things can change. At the moment, this has got to be one of the worst transfer windows in Arsenal history. Like, this is up there with Kim Kallstrom. You know what I mean? This is up there with Kim Kallstrom with a broken back, people. The minute Arsenal get involved, oh, we might take Douglas Luiz. Now, relax, man. New contract. You ain't having him. You know what I mean? Thierry Henry didn't score all them goals for us to end up like this. You know what I mean? Tony Adams and Bergkamp and Vieira, they done all that work for Arsenal to end up like this. We're moving mad, people. We're moving mad. Krish, put the offer in for Bruno Ramirez. Match the offer. I feel like Arsenal are too respectful. Oh, Newcastle have had an offer accepted for Bruno Ramirez, so he's probably going there, so we'll stay out the way. Ring them up, yo. How much have Newcastle offered? 40 million? Yeah, we're putting 40 million in as well. We're putting 40 million in as well. Now what? He ain't going to Newcastle over Arsenal. Well, I don't think he is anyway. Imagine the fact I have to even question it. Granit Xhaka said, no way Douglas is better than me. Big up Buenos Aires Guna said, I'm in hospital, Curtis, but still make an effort for the live show. Hey, get well soon, man. I know you said last week you wasn't well. But you're now in hospital, man. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well. Get well soon, man. Big up Higsigo. Thank you very much for becoming a member on the channel. Big up to you for all your support. Look out for the member stream this weekend, people. We're going to have a lot to talk about, man. I'm expecting some people to make their debut this weekend, you know. We had a lot of people on the last stream. Edu, he's come out of the woodworks, people. He said, Aubameyang came to Arsenal in January. Van Dijk to Liverpool and many more. So I don't think getting players in January is difficult. It's excuses. Listen, I say it all the time. If you're aggressive, if you've got the money, if you are able to convince a player that it's the right project, you can get a player. Like you said, and it's interesting, the last big player we signed in January was Aubameyang. We signed Aubameyang because Alexis was going to Man United and we was all in meltdown at that time. You can get players if you're aggressive. You know, Man United got Bruno, Van Dijk to Liverpool, Pulisic to Chelsea, Fernando Torres all them years ago. You can get these players. Luis Suarez went there. You just got to be a serious club. At the moment, we're not moving it. You know, clubs like Villa are getting business done. Villa are telling us to go away. You're not signing our players. You know, they were in the Championship a couple of years ago. That should be light work. Buenos Aires said, having trouble breathing, not looking good for me. Thanks, everyone. Hey, listen, man, hope you get well soon. Keep us updated, man. Hopefully you make a swift recovery, bro. It's Axe said, Curtis, what happened to your boy Daniel Ek? That is not my boy, bro. Apparently he's our new sponsor. I mean, I'm reading Spotify sponsorship deal with Barcelona is the biggest in football in history. So maybe, you know, he had that money, didn't he? But we just didn't get the best out of that deal. Ram Command said, Big C, we've been systematically brainwashed into having a mid-table mentality. It's like, do you know what it is? And listen, I'm a lot more harsh with Arsenal. And sometimes people will say, you know, you're being a little bit negative. But you have to understand with me, as I said, I used to go to Arsenal when we were successful, when we were brilliant. As many of you probably, you know, you've seen Arsenal be great. I just want the best for Arsenal. I'm sick of Arsenal moving like with some mid-table bums in the Premier League. Let's get back to the top. But to get back to the top, you have to demand the best. You have to put pressure on the manager, the owner, the technical director, the players. Top-level sport, they live in pressure. They live in that circumstance constantly. You can't say, well, you know, you can't always say, give them time, they'll get there. Arteta's had time. He's had 2 seasons. This is 3rd season. I think by the end of this season, if we're not back in the top 4, he should be getting a P45, not a new contract. And that's not because I've got anything against him. I think he's been back sufficiently. He's built his own team. He's given contracts out. He's had time to change the team. He had a whole season with no fans in the stadium that took a lot of pressure off him. And I think we should be seeing major results now. But a lot can happen between now and the end of the season. Big Daddy Vengs, hi Curtis, hope you're well. I'm preparing for a seminar tomorrow. Big up and good luck to you. BG, bro, I never miss your show. It's my day-to-day show. Really appreciate that. What time is the members stream? I will let you know for certain tomorrow, Gio. It'll be in the afternoon again, just so it try and help with the time difference for people, you know. History Channel FC, man, I'm telling you. That's why I turn up with these pictures. That's all I've got, people. Storm said, I'm with you 100%, Big C. You can't keep making excuses for the process. You can't. You just can't, people. You have to demand success. Klopp got Champions League second season at Liverpool, you know. Empire said, as a Serie A fan, I don't see Osimhen joining you, unfortunately. He's happy in Naples. They spent 70 million for him. You should focus on David or Isaac before you get your hopes up. So, I mean, man, just look and say, Arsenal, man, don't waste your time. Osimhen's happy. They paid 70. As I said earlier on, I don't see Osimhen being sold for 70 million when they paid 70 million. You know, it doesn't make sense when they're doing well. I want your hoodie. I might throw it away if things don't get better. You know? That Twitch content, soon come, bro. Soon come, I'm telling you. The Twitch content's coming. We're extending the empire in the next week or two, hopefully. Your owners are the problem, Curtis. Trust me. Listen, I agree with you on that. You know, people can say they've spent money. That's fine. Spending money is not enough. Spending money is not enough to be successful in business. You have to invest in the right things, the right players. You have to have the right people running your company. We took a chance with two inexperienced people, and so far it hasn't worked. It could work, but at the moment it isn't. So are they strong enough to change it if it doesn't work at the end of the season, you know? King in the Indies, David might actually bang old Canada maple syrup settings. I think he would have been obtainable in this window. I really do. I think Lille would have sold him. Abdullah, big up to you for the super chat, bro. Say, good day, Curtis. I said it before, I'm saying it again. With this ownership in charge, we are never going to challenge for the league because they don't care. They're not here to win. They're not here to win. Winning takes time, takes energy, takes ambition, takes money and effort. And they are not going to put all of that into Arsenal. They've proved that. So we just got to kind of accept it. And that's the issue. If the fan base can't unite and put pressure on these owners, we're going to get the same thing, unfortunately. Snake Eyes, big up to you, bro. Said, what gets me upset is the fact that we are 1 or 2 signings away from competing with the best. Not doing any business now is going to set us back. And this is the thing. We said it for years. It happened under Wenger. And it's still happening now. We used to say, you know, get that strike. You know how many Januaries we've sat there under Wenger and said we're a top striker away from winning the title? You know, get that upgrade and we're there. And we just haven't done it. We haven't done it. I mean, at the moment, we're 11 points off Chelsea with 3 games in hand. If we win our 3 games in hand, we're 2 points behind Chelsea. A goal scorer is the thing that we're lacking because we're not scoring as many goals. So it's there. It's obvious. You know, couple of signings and we're close. Captain Sal said, as Liverpool fans, we've been trained not to expect any signings. You still try. Listen, at least Liverpool are in a good situation as a club. You know, they've had success over the last few years. They've got a great manager. We know the financial implications are holding Liverpool back a little bit, but you're still in a very strong situation. I could imagine Liverpool winning the Champions League this year. I think they're one of the favourites. With Arsenal, we've fallen down, so we need it even more. That's the problem. Sporting are having financial problems too. Could have rated them for Gonzalez and Paulino. Are we here to lose then? Listen, we're just here to compete, bro. Like I said, we're the ones who finish 5th in the 100 meters when Usain Bolt's, you know, breaking the world record. We're just in the race. We're not winning the race. Edu said, breaking news, Adama Traore is having his medical tomorrow. Barcelona, here we go. I mean, yeah, good for them. It's a bit of a laugh to have against Tottenham, but we got to look after our own mess. Tidy up your own house first, people. You know them ones. So it is just vibes, Ice Age. It's straight vibes. We wear great kits, you know, and some nice training kits, some bad ones as well. Fabrizio Romano, apparently, big up King Henry, said Newcastle are still in talks with Lyonnaise for Bruno Gomes. Direct meeting again today about payments and bonuses. He's going to sign for him. He'd already accepted the offer. You know, he's going to sign for him. The manager, the owner just wanted a bit more money. What about Odsonne Edouard? Nah, I don't see it. We could have got him from Celtic for cheaper. Vieira, he's doing quite well. Let's all go support Newcastle. Mate, give it 2 years, mate. We'll be looking up at Newcastle. Trust me, their owners haven't come there to play games. They really haven't. Sacco, Curtis, so we're not signing a midfielder because Arteta doesn't want to replace his baby Xhaka. It seems that way, man. It seems that way. I'm real. Why don't we buy players from the clubs below us, cheaper and tested, ready to go, like Jota to Liverpool, Traore to Spurs? Well, Traore to Barcelona now, it seems. Such as Basuma and Neves, we can't even get Eddie to extend his contract. The thing is, those players... I've always said this with Arsenal for a long time, you know. I don't understand why Arsenal don't sign players from their own league. But the problem with Arsenal, when they actually decide to sign a player from their own league, they go and sign players like Mikel Silvestre and Danny Welbeck and, you know, David Luiz and Willian. So it doesn't really matter with Arsenal, does it? They'll find a way to do something crazy. A little bit of a story came out last night regarding Aubameyang. And I know we've been talking about it for a little while, but this story's still unfolding, people. It was an exclusive from James Bench, who was pretty good with his information surrounding Arsenal, to be honest. And he wrote a long report. I read all of it. But he revealed that Aubameyang was not fined for his previous indiscretions, e.g. being late for the North London derby and obviously turning up late when he went to see his mum in France. That has led to a surprise at how December's incident escalated to a state where he is now not going on the Dubai training camp. And I've read this and I've heard this from a few people as well now, that apparently the feeling amongst, I won't say all the players, but some of the players, is that people feel like the punishment of Aubameyang is a little bit extreme. And people are thinking, why has it gone as far as this? You know, this guy hasn't played. He's gone to AFCON, come back. People thought he had heart issues, which I actually felt, and I hope this doesn't come across the wrong way. I thought the health scare with Aubameyang would act as a bit of a bridge to kind of bring Arteta and Aubameyang back together, to sort of say, do you know what? If you're Arteta, you know what? We're not getting on, but boy, the man's got a health issue, man. Let's just, you know, there's more important things. Let's squash this. I thought that would have brought those two back together, but it really made no difference whatsoever. This, for me, was the final straw. They're going to Dubai, the whole squad. A lot of young players are going. Even Jack Wilshere is going. What is Jack Wilshere even going there for? You know, Jack Wilshere's on TalkSport more than he plays football. And again, he's left him out. He's not even training at the same time as the rest of the squad. Apparently, Aubameyang trains in the afternoon. The club train in the morning. He's turning up at the ground. Manager's not there. Players aren't there. Training by himself. I mean, it's done. It's finished. In my opinion, he will not be an Arsenal player by Monday evening. I think whatever club comes in for him that he's willing to accept, they will get rid of him. I just don't understand why it went this far. Now, just to put it into context, let me add a little balance to the situation. He wasn't fined for the previous indiscretion, so maybe Arteta felt like he was being kind to him in not fining him. I can tell you now, most footballers would be fined for turning up late to a game. So he kind of let him off in that sense. So maybe it was something that was just bubbling, and he's just exploded and said, that's it, I've had enough. You've took the mick out of me. I didn't even fine you, and now you're done. You'll never play again. I just think he's cutting off his nose to spite his face. I really do. You can see that the striker market is an absolute mess right now. You're going to pay 70 million for a player that has probably got 5 goals this season. Bear in mind, Aubameyang's got 4 goals, and most people say he's finished. But we're talking about Isaac with 4 goals at 70 million, and people are telling me this guy's a top baller. Surely what he should have done is gone and signed a midfielder, like a Bruno Guimaraes, brought Aubameyang back, kept him till the end of the season, used him. You don't have to like him. And in the summer, when we know what situation we're in, Europa League, Conference League, Champions League, you're going to be able to sell the project easier to a player because you know for certain the situation you're in. So if you do hit Champions League, It opens up the amount of strikers that you can get because you're in a better situation. I don't understand this situation. I really don't. It has to be personal. It can't just be turning up late. I don't believe that is the reason that he turned up late a few times and you're going to this length. But it is what it is. A lot of people think he should be gone. I just think there is a way of handling it. I think it should have been handled more respectfully than this. Putting your foot down is one thing and showing players I'm in charge and accountability, and I do respect that. But this is like, I don't know, there's something just uncomfortable about the way he's being treated. I don't know, some of you may agree with it. The lawyer wants the truth. I'm telling you, man, I want the truth, people. You can't just do this to players, man. If he's turned up late, cool, find the man and sell him. You know, simple as that. And get it done quick as well. Don't make it drag on. This is like, you know, I feel like we're on episode 10. You know, next step, it's crazy, man. Get it wrapped up quick and keep it moving. So Aubameyang won't be in Dubai, but Jack Wilshere will. I mean, how does that make sense? What's Jack Wilshere in Dubai for? I don't get it. Man said, you can't handle the truth. Auba's done, man. I genuinely don't think Auba will be an Arsenal player by Monday evening. All or nothing DVD. Listen, Amazon might be saying, listen, man, just hold that back, you know. Hold that little detail back. We need to reveal that. Aubameyang called him out for his ish game plan and tactics. I mean, maybe they had a massive bust up. That would be my guess, you know, that they had a bust up when they had a meeting, but who knows. Couple more bits, then we'll round up, people. 2,500. The support is unbelievable. Really appreciate it. Can we at 1,500 likes? We're stepping it up, people, as we get closer to the transfer deadline day when we hope something happens. Sad scenes at Arsenal this season. Arteta's ego will not allow Aubameyang to come back. Exactly. It's very hard to backtrack when you've been so full on and said, no, you're gone, and embarrassed him, to then say, come on, come back and play, be motivated, score goals, and we'll work together. It takes a real strong individual to do that. Curtis, prime Arteta or prime Xhaka? That is a tough question because I didn't like any of them as players. I really didn't like none of them. And I was I suppose... that's a tough one. I mean, Arteta didn't make mistakes like Xhaka. That's the only thing I would say, you know. Didn't get red cards and stuff. Temp said, Curtis, they need to tell us what happened or let him play. Saswat said, why not Gianluca Scamacca? He's good and young. I've seen that name in the chat today a few times. I don't even know who that guy is. I can't even lie, people. Let me do my research. Let's have a look who you're trying to... Oh, I've seen a picture. Somebody put a picture up. 9 goals this season. He's a young buck, man. That would be a risky deal, in my opinion. I don't know if them, man, they're ready for the Prem. Let's move on, people. Arteta was average. Still average now as well. Let's move on. Couple more stories. I mean, this sent us into a bit of a meltdown last night. Mark Bryans, who works for the Press Association, came out with this. He said, other than American goalkeeper Matt Turner, I mean, no disrespect, Matt Turner, but who? Arsenal are not currently expecting any arrivals before the transfer deadline. If that happens and Arsenal sign a backup goalkeeper and nothing else, you're going to see some meltdowns, people. Not just on this channel, I'm telling you, because that ain't Arsenal therapy. That's Arsenal rehab. We'll be there the whole week if we just bring in a goalkeeper. Now, listen, I don't want to write this brother off. This could be Ramsdale Part 2. He could be very good. A lot of people have commented saying this guy is very good for America. But, you know, Tina Turner settings, man. What's love got to do with it? Come on, man. We need a midfielder. We need a striker. We ain't here for no second choice goalkeeper. Respectfully, man. Bring him in with the other 2 signings. Night Dump, what a name said. Get Mitrovic and Ivan Toney. A lot of people saying they would take Ivan Toney. Don't know about Mitrovic. Desmond, big up to you, bro. Remember the 3-3 draw against Fulham? Last kick of the game, Arteta missed the penalty. I mean, I didn't like him as a player, and he's probably even worse as a manager. Temp said 2.4k watching, 600 likes. Come on, let's not Spurs it up like Tottenham. Smash the likes, top corner. Big up all the community people. Why not Weston McKennie? Don't understand that one. Apparently, it could be available. Matt, turn around the other way. Turn around. Oh, my days, Arsenal, man. You know, we started the season. We started the January 4th in the league in both cups, chasing Vlahovic. We're now out of both cups. We've scored 1 goal all month. We're 6th in the league, and we're chasing a guy called Matt Turner, a second-choice goalkeeper. What happened? What the hell happened, man? What did these men do over New Year? It's all gone wrong, people. It's all gone wrong. McKennie not going anywhere. Paratici, Aston, Juventus blocked all offers. Yeah, I heard Spurs were looking at it. Big C is a good singer, bro. I ain't about to win X Factor or American Idol. I'm telling you, I'm not that good. This is like the summer transfer window of 2014 all again. Yeah, Peter Cech. Was that the Peter Cech window? You know, just won the FA Cup. We're about to, you know, attack the Premier League, and we signed Peter Cech and no one else. It's just Arsenal. It's just Arsenal. Let's finish on this quick one before we get out of here. Fabrizio tweeted this about your boy Isak. I was calling him Isaac. Somebody told me it's Isak, so I'm going to try and get the pronunciation right. As I said before, I'm not convinced at 70 million, 4 goals, but maybe strikers don't score goals anymore. What do I know? Maybe it's link-up play. Fabrizio said on Isak to Arsenal, they love him. They literally love him. He's at the same level of Vlahovic in terms of appreciation for Arsenal, but it will be difficult to sign this player in January as Sociedad are keen to keep the player until the end of the season. If they love him as much as they love Vlahovic, he's got a release clause, pay the release clause, and keep it moving. If you're that serious. You obviously don't love the guy that much because you could just slap the money down and take him. He's not worth 70 million. He's got 4 goals this season. Aubameyang's got 4 goals. And people are telling me that brother's washed. So why are we paying 70 million for him? They love him. Oh, friends. Oh, football friends. Oh, Arsenal love him. He don't love us, people. He don't love us. Let me tell you that. You know, it's all right us loving him. He doesn't love us. Man said Isaac is the Swedish Eddie Nketiah. And I'll finish it there, people. What a way to go out. 2,500 of you in the chat. Lick down that like. Let's hit 1,500 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. Road to 50k. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to do some double uploads over the weekend. Like I said, Monday, deadline day. We're going live 3 times on Monday. Special guests as well. Saturday, Sunday, we'll do 1 or 2 uploads and a member stream probably on Sunday. I think we'll do the member stream. So look out for that. Big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Will we sign anyone? Arsenal apparently are in Dubai now. So, you know, I don't know what they're doing over there. But hopefully we'll get some business done. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Take care and I will see you all tomorrow. Bless.